Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody. Welcome to Mean Girls Interrupted. It's Travis's birthday.
Oh my gosh. You guys knew before anybody at work, and I'll tell you why. Because I told my best friend coworker
Mm,
um that the only thing I wanted for my birthday from her was to not tell a soul at work that it was my
was she
birthday.
like, you got it?
She did it. She followed through.
Nice, nice.
You know her, you met her, Becky.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Yeah,
like, your secret is safe with me. So what is it about at work things like the is that from me?
I don't know what that is. I heard
Beeping.
beeping, but beeping to me, that sounds just like that.
Yeah.
Reminds me of vehicles backing up, which could be anyone's house.
It could be literally anybody's house anywhere.
Right. I mean, you
So
would never know. Sometimes there's just a truck backing up.
there was yesterday morning at 6 a.m. out on the street here, there was literally a truck backing up for 5 minutes.
And you could hear it.
Yeah.
What is wrong with them? John, they must have had the hardest time getting into that spot.
I'm just like, can you just put us out of our misery, please? Thank you.
For those of you who don't know what we mean, I mean, I feel like this is universal. I don't think this is like just one part of the world. Does
It's,
everyone's vehicles make the most, or I'm sorry, utility
yeah,
type vehicles
utility
make
type vehicles.
make the craziest noises when they're backing up? That's
The
general.
craziest. Also, it's like extremely too loud.
It's
It's
John.
it's too loud. And
It's
the
so
Amazon
loud.
trucks make like a fuzzy, hazy noise.
I noticed that they sound like
It's like static.
they do sound like static, which is like I don't know, dude.
Like
Do you
I don't
guys
know
have those electric ones?
Um, yes, yeah.
My next point. Okay, holy shit. Have you ever gone by a Waymo before? Do you know what a Waymo is?
I do know what a Waymo is. They are getting more prolific here in the LA area, but I know they've been in Phoenix for a long time.
They tested everything in Phoenix. John, they're driving and there's no one in it.
There's
And
no one in it.
I've now done this twice, gone by
Yeah.
it, a completely empty Waymo just
Yeah.
driving on the street.
They're either gonna go pick somebody up or they just drop somebody off.
It is weird. It is bizarre.
Funny you should be mentioning like automatically driving cars because our Subaru, I was testing it on the way home today. It does it.
Oh my God.
It does it. It's in the cruise control mode, and then you put the controlled steering mode alone, like it's like self-driving steering wheel. And then I was in LA traffic, and it was starting and stopping all on its own, and the steering wheel was going.
John,
I was like,
were you?
I was like, are we? I didn't realize we had a self-driving car, and I was just messing around with the buttons in traffic.
John,
That's cool.
It's okay. It's super cool, but also there's a part of my brain right now that's melting only because it's like, it doesn't make sense. Everybody talked about having driving cars, flying cars, and it just seems like the closer and closer.
It's just we're gonna be the Jetsons in no time. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I don't want to go too much into this. You guys can think whatever you want, but Sir Elon Musk, I'm not even going to call him Sir. Elon Musk, the transplant for the first person to get the Neuralink happened.
Fun.
And the tweet that Elon Musk sent out is incredibly dystopian sounding.
Interesting. Is it like this will change the world?
Nope. It's the most mundane thing, but also has this underlying like
nefariousness
and darkness to it.
Yeah. What did you say?
I could pull it up. Let me see if I can.
While you do that, it reminds me of so there's a lot of people around town who are really excited about the Apple glasses or whatever, Apple Vision or whatever.
Oh, I don't know what that is. So I must be out of the loop because
yeah, for sure. It's like it's happening now. It's like people. So Apple made their own VR goggle, but it has glass that you can see through, and it's augmented reality. It's not like one of those Facebook meta things where you can't see anything. It's you see through them and it augments your reality. And it has a full like MacBook interface. So at your disposal. And yeah. And also, um, it's totally crazy. It looks insane. You can walk around with it with a little generator pack, and um, and you can put your own little prescription in them too if you require like glasses. And yeah, it's nuts. It like the sky's the limit, and everybody's buzzing about how it's like going to change the world like iPhone did. Look into it. Look into it on your own time. It's going to blow your mind. Get super stoned and do it.
Oh no. The thing is though, I have a little secret to tell you all.
What's your little secret?
My little secret is I may be slightly stoned at the moment.
Second episode in a row. But we have Houston. We have
a problem.
I'm just kidding. You're perfectly fine, and you're a total doll.
I feel like I talk a lot more.
That's great. It takes the pressure off of me because today we're doing the killer.
We are doing the killer, but before we do that, I want to segue backwards.
Yes,
whoa,
we're gonna go a half
segue in reverse.
It's like we're on a board game and we just like slid all the way back 2 spaces.
Yeah, because this is what Elon Musk said. Remember?
Oh, right.
Here's his tweet. Now it sounds just so arbitrary, like nothing that you would think of, but when you think a little bit deeper into it, the implications.
What is it?
The first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Now,
what does that even mean?
For those of you who don't know what the Neuralink is, the Neuralink was created so that people who have it in their head can use electronic devices by simply thinking about them.
Is that what that means?
The first phase of this is called telekinesis.
Oh, I want that.
The first phase of this is called telekinesis. How many more phases? And also, they did say that this is going to be used primarily for people who have disabilities in their like hands, or lost limbs, things that make it harder for them to use objects. They can think about these things and use them.
So they can add a whole list to Alexa without having to say Alexa.
John, cars are electric devices.
Yeah. You know what else is electric? Airplanes.
Basically everything around you.
You can fly a drone with your mind.
You don't have to say much to say that things are going to change very rapidly.
Yeah, I feel like we're at that cusp again. But what a time to be alive in our generation.
Is it?
It is.
It's a time. It's certainly a time.
I mean, sure, it's going to be like abused to all get out. Like somebody was talking about these Apple Vision things, and they're like, and so if it proves successful, like people who are like opt into certain programs with it, like you can actually wear like a little tag or something like that, and whenever you come across a person with Apple Vision, you can control how that person perceives you.
I don't like that at all.
So I'm like, okay, of course this is going to have a sex work element and a porn element right away, right off the bat.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
And that is also scary because this is like airdrop on steroids.
It's airdrop on steroids. It's gonna usher in a whole new wave of crazy possibilities, life altering possibilities, all at once. And like that's sort of like a blank slate, and that people are just going to superimpose what they want it to do. You know what I mean?
We are slowly turning into the movie Surrogates, because by the way, everyone, Mean Girls Interrupted is a movie review and recap
this is
podcast.
A movie review podcast. We are very serious about movie reviews and reviewing the movies.
But what I
Sometimes we
want to
get
say,
interrupted.
we
Sometimes
get in, if you're
it's our
not,
thing. It's in the name.
if you're new here. So, but I just want to say, like, I don't know. Yeah, if you've never watched Surrogates, it's okay. I'm not saying it's the worst movie. I'm just not
Yeah.
saying it's the best.
If you were to walk around with these Apple Vision things and have an avatar, and people who are looking right at you see you in your augmented chosen way, what would you be seen as?
What would I be seen as in my augmented way?
Yeah, like what would your avatar be?
John, that's an insane question because I've actually never thought about it. It's a good question, but also it's insane to think like,
Yeah, like I don't think I would choose to do like regular human, but different from me, or like enhanced with like Tigo biddies or whatever. I would definitely opt to look like maybe like a sim, like you know how you have like those multicolored sims, like I don't know, they're like green or blue. I would probably opt to be like skin pale blue and yellow hair.
this is okay. I wish I could tell you right now what I think I would look like, but I'm thinking about it too much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then
No,
I would like
I'm only
change it all
thinking
the
about it in
time.
the sense that like this is probably going to become a common thing.
Yeah,
Weird. So
absolutely.
so weird. That's such a weird thought.
I can't wait to see people walking around LA with those things.
Do you know how easily those people are being like, I think you should rob me. They will get
Yes,
mugged
get
immediately.
rob me blind.
Right. Yes. Get mugged by
Yeah.
Apple.
Like don't take my like you can't take my Apple Visions off my face because those are trackable, but you know I have cash in my wallet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that sounds very expensive.
Yeah. They're $3,200.
Oh, no, I won't be doing that.
No. Anyway, so we're reviewing The Killer starring what's his name again? Michael
Michael
Fassbender?
Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. I would say it's only starring Michael Fassbender despite the credits.
Can I tell you before we're gonna move right
I
in?
feel
I
like you know
promise.
what I'm talking about.
Yep, because here's what I want to say. The operative word here is
Let's say it.
And now, when you roll through all of the credits and you get to the person that everyone wants to see the most, and you preface that person's name with a and, it means, and this actor will be in the movie for 5 minutes. John, I was like,
you're like, what? Why are we here today? Because the credits say Tilda Swinton.
But they prefaced it by saying, and Tilda Swinton.
Like, and by the way, we duped you. And by the way, we're not sorry. We're not apologizing.
She is in here, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot.
Does she need to be in here? Maybe not.
But did it make the movie a tad more enjoyable for me?
Yeah.
So yeah. But did I hit the nail on the head?
You did, because Tilda Swinton also doesn't star in this, but she is in it. She
does have a title credit.
She does have a title credit, and it's completely misleading whenever you're like, what am I going to watch today? Oh, Tilda Swinton? Okay, cool. And then you don't get to her till like the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Which she was in for a total of 5 minutes.
5 minutes. But boy, does she act her face off.
Listen, she only had 5 minutes. She had no other choice.
Right. She's like, I have to do a lot. I have to really go big. I have to do a lot with a little. And I'm just going to go all ham on it.
Yeah.
I bet she was really drinking beverages.
I'm sure. Also, this movie is on Netflix. Maybe not everywhere, but this movie is
somewheres in the United States of America.
And it might be in your country too. I don't know. If it's not, use a VPN.
Yes. So The Killer is a movie directed by David Fincher of Fight Club, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which Tilda Swinton was also in briefly. And Also, he did like Panic Room, Jodie Foster,
Yes,
Lil
of course.
Stu.
Yep.
Um, and he also did a movie called Mank.
I'm not sure if I know what that
I
is.
didn't see it, but Amanda Seyfried was in there.
Right. It got nominated for a couple Oscars a few years ago. Was it 2019 or 20?
Oh, I can't remember.
19.
I think
You guys will
2020.
have to look that up.
I
I
think
do know what you're talking about.
2020 sounds about right.
Okay.
And so this movie follows a Michael Fassbender, who is a hired hitman, and he is a stone cold killer.
Yeah, he is.
And stone cold fox.
I knew it. John, when you said Stone Cold Killer, my brain filled in the blank. Fox.
Yeah. Because we have the same brain. You and
I. Well, that's just dying caterpillars.
Yeah. Oh, if we had Neuralink together, we could just share our thoughts.
It's dark in there some days.
I know we don't need to know everything that goes on in somebody's head.
No,
you know
I'm totally cool with not knowing that.
Yeah. We can like share a consciousness, a hive mind, if you will.
That would be like
dangerous.
Very much.
Danger. Us.
Yeah.
I
get it. I got it.
Gerus.
Yo, yep.
Anyway, so this movie is it has a really long opening, and it's definitely a lot of voiceover. It's voiceover heavy, wouldn't you say?
I would say this movie is about 20. So it's about 25% almost dialogue. Like
yeah,
74% like just narration, and then the other 1% is just like void.
Lots of looks and looking.
Yeah.
And the staring and thinking.
Yeah.
So it's Michael Fassbender. He's like hiding out in this it's a WeWork.
It's okay. We'll get to it, but this was immediately my first thought.
Advertisements.
Yes. And I was like, oh.
There's a lot of advertisements in this movie.
John, there sure are, and that's going to be at the end of this.
Okay, cool. Do you have a list?
Not necessarily, but definitely a gripe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it dawned on me too.
Like so much so that when I finished the movie, I was like, so this is where we've gone.
This is where we've gone, but also they lost the Equinox gym bid. Like they had to make up a new name.
Yeah, because they couldn't get to that fancy gym.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. It's a great movie. And Michael Fassbender is an assassin, and he's spouting his voiceover, spouting out a lot of his philosophical ideas, like reciting it. And that's basically the bulk of the voiceover.
Was he not ever trying to tell us how dumb we all are?
Yeah. And it was giving
condescending. It was giving patronizing.
Yeah. It was like, okay, we get it. You're a sociopath. You have no emotions, and you like to talk to yourself.
He yammers.
He's a yammerer. Yammerer. So he definitely finds his mark, finally just waits until they arrive in the adjacent building. And there's like some dominatrix ladies in there, and he fires a sniper shot, and the dominatrix lady steps in the way and catches the bullet, and a surprise
because she didn't mean to.
Yeah, she was like, what? She doesn't even look on her face.
Nope.
Yeah, and so she's down for the count, and the guy who's obviously something like a rich political figure is like, his henchmen are like trying to find out who the attempted assassin was, and so he's got to get out of there, and so it's a failed hit, which results in him needing to get off the radar, and he goes home. Where was his home again? It was like South America.
Yeah, somewhere. I kind
Yeah.
of that part kind of escaped me.
Yeah. It's a globe-trotting movie. So like we're
It
like,
is.
I don't know where I am at any given time. And so he goes home, but it looks like his place has been totally broken into. And was it his girlfriend, his wife,
I'm not gonna.
somebody he cares deeply about?
I will be honest. I did not know what their relationship was, and I was still sort of on the
Yeah.
fence at the end when we see that one
Yeah, I was like, oh, I
segment.
totally forgot that you were the entire thing that set this into motion. So she
Yeah.
has been brutalized. She has been beaten up pretty badly within an inch of her life or something like that.
Yep.
And she's in the ICU in the hospial. And he's like,
I
okay,
see you, girl.
I
Yeah, I
see
do.
you. I see you.
Sorry.
And then, all right, yeah, I got it just now. I
It's
see
okay.
you. So, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I wasted it.
You didn't waste it.
Okay.
It wasn't well crafted.
It was good. It was very nice. It was very nice. Do you see these sleepy eyes?
Yeah, let's abridge the hell out of this.
Okay. So
I'm totally, you guys are getting a mini episode. John, take it away.
a
I
mini
won't say,
sode.
I'm
Okay,
not
so
saying anything.
okay, cool. Here we go. Wait, let me just.
Do what you got to do because I'm ready for you to make it through.
All right, we're gonna make this through, and we're gonna because not a great deal happens.
Not really.
Mm-hmm. So what had happened was, um, Michael Fassbender is like, okay, you come for me in my home, on my turf, in my family. I'm immediately going on a revenge journey, like right now. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna back this white van into like another secret area of mine, and where it has like lots of files and things. There's like stuff inside of a storage unit, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm on the case. I'm gonna find out who did this, who's responsible, who that client was, and who's responsible for retaliating in this way." And that is not acceptable. So he his first stop, this sort of plays out as like levels of a game, as any vengeance movie does. Like Kill Bill does something very similar.
It does happen in chapters, and I do have something positive to say about those.
Okay, cool. So we do have chapters, and they are basically like the Kill Bill list, like just going down the list of people, the rungs in the ladder he needs to climb to get to Koopa. No, Bowser.
Yeah, well, yes.
Bowser.
But who's worse? I'm not sure. There's
I don't
only
know.
one Bowser, and there's a million Koopas.
There's a million Koopas, hive minds.
Yeah.
So he, the first one is who again? Like, oh right, and yeah, he gets into his assassination handler's office, the person who handles him,
Yeah.
and he does it through the secretary, who seems like a lovely gal at first, and you're like, oh, poor lovely gal,
Yeah.
and he's like, here, you guys just zip tie each other up to some things, and he's like, okay, so I went to this hardware store and I picked up an electric nail gun, and I'm going to use it if you don't tell me who the client was. So he also destroys the computer system and then asks for the backups. That way only he has it. So the handler's like a blah 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 blah, and then so he fires 3 nails, like what, the 9-inch nails. That was a little on the nose because Trent Reznor did the music for this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and so
I was going to say that too. I was like, oh, there we go. I'm not really sure what length he said, but let's essentially be
he
like,
did say 9. He did say 9.
Ah,
Yeah, so he puts 3 9-inch nails into the guy's chest, and he is like bleeding internally, as you could imagine.
yeah.
And so the guy dies before he really gets any information. So he takes hostage the secretary, who knows everything, knows well where all the bodies are buried. She's not a very nice person after all.
Yeah.
So
She's a Peg Bundy, but she wasn't married to Al. It was the other one.
Nice. And if you know, you know, everyone.
Oh, there you go.
If you know, you know. If you know, you grew up on national television prime time.
Yes.
And so he takes her to her own house and is like, give me the details of the client. I know that you know. And she does. And she has like this crazy backwards coded system.
John, she rattles everything. She rattles it off and it's like, oh, she's
smart
and scary.
Smart and scary. So she obviously has like a really calculating mind, and she has like all these little redundancies. She has, in order to get to the actual client, you have to go through like 3 different coded things.
Yeah, it's
to find crazy. It. It's so wild. And I was like, okay, I can respect this part of the story. This is pretty cool and
because
intriguing.
because you're like, oh shit, this really is a safe in her mind.
Yeah, and like it stops with her, and so she gives him the client, and then he like snaps her neck and makes her fall down the stairs.
John, can I tell you, when that happened, I was like, that is the perfect way, because she did have one request. She knew she was going to die. She said, you can't make me disappear. My daughters need my life insurance. Just make it look like I'm dead. And he follows through. That was that
made it look like she fell down the stairs.
And also it shows a little bit
compassion,
little bit of compassion, even though he is going to kill you.
Yeah. But she made an effort to help him.
She did. So, okay.
Her reward was that.
Her reward was a quick death, and her children get to have her life insurance.
She didn't really see it coming. It was a surprise.
Honestly, that was a gift.
I want my neck to be just like snapped, lights out.
Done for. But fall down the stairs first. Make it drawn. If you're going to do it, you got to do it with drama.
I need to feel every step along the way.
It needs to be theatrical.
Yeah, and it needs to be like the longest fall and tumble down some stairs, where like I'm like, instead of screaming, all I'm doing is whoa, whoa. Like for like 5 minutes as I just tumble down the stairs, and on the very last one, it cracks my neck in half.
There you go,
dead.
And you didn't feel any pain on the way down.
Right, and it's all captured on like CCTV, so it goes viral, and people laugh at it.
It's on the Apple glasses.
It's on the Apple glasses.
It's through the Neuralink.
The Apple glasses.
Yeah.
The Apple bottom glasses.
Yes, they are.
So he goes to his next target, which is the client, quote unquote, and which involves an Equinox adjacent gym, which is fancy gym. I think it's like, I feel like the membership's like $300 a month, which is nuts to me. It's like, you guys are insane.
I would never.
Like, yeah, like gross. But like, but we go through like the whole crazy montage of images. But long story short, he ends up copying the key fob to this guy's locker. He gets into the locker, and then he gets into the guy's apartment, and where he's like, hey, so you're the client, right? And he's like, I don't know. And then he's like, I don't know why you're here. He's like, you wanted this guy dead? Like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I just talked to like a middleman, and they just kind of make it happen. I don't ask any questions. And he's like, well, crap. So he leaves the guy, but he's also like, hey, oh wait, no, did he go to Florida before all this?
He did, and we missed the Tilda Swinton of it all, but we all missed the Tilda Swinton of it all, so it doesn't matter. But yes, he does go to Florida, but we're not going to tell you that, because we want you to go and make an opinion for yourself.
Exactly. He does go to Florida, and he gets into some messy hand-to-hand combat with some
it's
big
crazy.
Old meat cake guy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are meat cakes a thing? Beef cakes.
Meat cakes. No, this guy was a meat cake. Let's not get it twisted. This was meat cake is a thing now.
It's MEET cake.
Right.
Meat cake.
This was not beef cake.
It was yeah. So anyway, so he starts to climb the ladder, and he's like, okay, so I have to find Tilda Swinton. And then he finds Tilda Swinton in a restaurant bar.
Yep. And then we skip right past that bitch all the way to the client's house.
And the client's house. Who's the client's house?
The client is that older dude who was like, well, I mean, I didn't know that you were the one who did this. I truly didn't. They asked if I wanted insurance.
Oh, what I just said, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was just
I skipped right on over it, didn't I?
Oh, John.
We didn't just bridge. We bridged.
Listen,
plural.
We left the bridge there for you guys because you're gonna have to take.
Look, you can lead a horse to water,
and the water is what you're gonna have to use.
We led you to the water, and it's gonna be on you to drink it.
Yeah, you want it or not? I don't know.
Yeah. So this movie ends with Michael Fassbender getting zero resolve, except over the course of the journey, he has realized that, hey, I really don't want to be killing people anymore.
It's so like, that sucks.
That totally blows. And what am I doing? I have like millions of dollars. Why am I just going on a killing rampage? Sorry. And he comes to his senses, and then he's just like goes poolside with his lover who did survive the beating. And he's like, I don't need vengeance. All I need is sunshine. I need a pool, and I mean a good-looking gal in a bikini and money.
Boatloads of money.
So he finds happiness not through killing other people. He finds happiness through sitting poolside in some sunglasses and a nice button-up shirt.
Do you think that any killers out there right now, if you're a killer out there right now, comment down below and let us know if this movie changed your life. If you were like, you know what, I don't have to kill anymore.
A movie for me. Yeah.
Like, did it speak volumes to you? Did you feel seen and heard?
Right. Because I remember movies that have changed my life.
Comment down below with your full name and address.
And phone number, and just drop a pin for your location. We'll forward that to the police.
But yes. So do that for us, please. If you're a killer only.
Yeah. Only killers only. And then that's like the movie.
Yeah. And in a nutshell.
It did seem like we didn't cover a lot. However, we literally covered the entire thing.
And that movie covers a lot of ground.
And there's not a lot of
weird. Which is so weird.
There's so many shots. Like so many shots. There's like so many shots in this movie where I'm like, it feels like the pacing is going really fast, but not a lot's going on.
Like the beginning of this movie before we get to the title.
Yeah. And I was like,
a lot of shots happened before.
That was like a half-hour opening.
I was sitting there thinking, so
when are we going to leave this place?
Yes.
When are we going to go on?
I will tell you this. I was interested because I was like, okay, some of these things start a little bit more. They're kind of flatlining
on the subdued side.
Yeah, like before the heartbeat actually happens, like we're nearly dead.
Yeah, okay. And I did like the setup. I was getting a little annoyed with like the philosophical VO, but then whenever the mark like did reach there, I was like, okay, cool. Like finally, we're not waiting anymore.
Yep.
But then after that, I was like, okay, cool. I was invested. I was invested in the little chapter of the secretary.
Yes.
I liked that because that was intriguing to me. Their whole little system of killing people, basically. Ordering kills.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say this. I'm not going to and then I'll let you.
Oh, no, you have to say, you need to say your piece.
I want to say
your birthday.
No, shush. No. We're not doing that.
Okay, cool. It's not your birthday.
It's not my birthday, but I wanted to say, I actually think that I think that because each one is a chapter and each ending of each chapter is mostly fulfilling, it does a really well job. It's like small stories all stitched together.
Yeah.
Because it is a means to an end, but each one feels complete at the end of it.
It does. It's like, yeah, I do agree.
Which is
I do
weird.
agree. It's almost.
And there were some twists and turns. Remember, we left the taxi guy out. You guys can watch this to know what we're talking about. But I truly
almost like
was not expecting that scene.
True, and I liked it.
Me too.
I was like, ooh, I do love some blood in movies.
But I was not expecting that outcome for some reason, and that's when I truly
that was at the beginning of his arc. So he's like vendetta, vengeful, angry, killing spree. I'm going to kill every single person.
That scene threw me for a loop. I said, and then 10 seconds later, that's the chapter ends.
And that's why everyone out there listening needs to stop doing Uber, needs to stop doing Lyft and being a taxi driver, because you are inviting strangers into a very small space behind you.
And this guy was a taxi driver, and he still got the runt of this. Oh,
yeah.
That scene was crazy. I'm not going to lie.
He simply drove one person from one place to the other. But this is Michael Fassbender's flaw. He just kills indiscriminately until the end, where he does start to be more discriminant,
which I appreciate. So
he's like, I don't have to kill everyone. No. And that's the moral of the story.
Right. John, I think we did a really, really good job explaining how these things played out.
You know what? If we can toot our own horns, we did a very, very good job today.
Yeah. So do you want to you guys, we're not going to do a Rose and Thorn unless you want to, should we? Oh, yes.
Okay. Real quick. We'll speed Rose and Thorn. Little short Rose and Thorn.
Okay. What's your Rose? What's your Thorn?
Okay. My Rose, Michael Fassbender. Great to look at naked in the movie. Also Tilda Swinton. Love that she's been rocking that same haircut for decades, centuries even. And the Thorn is basically the story. However, it did have some high points, but mostly low points. Masterful directing, cinematography, lighting, blood and guts and gore, story totally blue. You guys did great.
The way I was trying to hold it together. Okay.
All right. What's your little tiny rose and little tiny thorn?
Little tiny rose, little tiny thorn. My rose is each chapter ended perfectly for me. I thought that this is how
I thought you were going to be like, it ended.
Well, it also ended, but each one ended, which I felt was the right way to end. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the ending of it all.
Yeah.
Now, despite story, whatever, it was, for me, it was so. I don't think I feel as much hate for this as John does, but I do have a but. When this movie started, you do have a but.
We all have butts.
So my butt today is made out of advertisements, because when this movie got advertisement heavy, and this is all I'm going to say, because they're tiny rose, tiny thorn. No,
it was the only reason this movie existed. It seemed like we had a Starbucks, we had a Federal Express, we had
DoorDash, we had
DoorDash, we had WeWork. Yes.
Who even knows how many? And most of these were in your face. They weren't even trying to hide.
No.
It wasn't like a McDonald's bag in the background. Mm-mm. It was fully an advertisement.
It wasn't a Starbucks coffee cup placed somewhere. It was the Starbucks sign.
It was also saying the names of these things.
Yes, and that's why I think that whenever they made that made up name for Equinox, they were like, "Oh, Equinox didn't want to be a part of this."
John, literally, when he had to use Amazon, he did
Amazon. That's right. Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, I know we were doing Tiny Rose and Thorn, but I have to say
he orders the key fob copier from Amazon.
And in the right side of the screen, we only see one weird technological overlay where you can see him scrolling. It felt so out of place in this movie.
It felt like you were in the app. You're in the Amazon app in the movie. And it was totally weird.
John, it was crazy.
It was totally crazy. At that point, I was like, I'm completely out.
It took me out of the movie. I'm telling you. So that's my thorn. And so there we go.
Product placement. Netflix is a disaster, by the way.
Those felt like a punch right in the nose. They said, you know what?
Shameless.
Talk about on the nose, because they spared no expense.
Yeah. It's almost like this was made by a sociopathic killer, because sociopaths don't feel empathy
No,
for an audience.
no,
And they have zero shame. Zero
no shame.
guilt.
Absolutely none.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, that
was it.
We're not. That's it, everybody. That's a Rosenthorn. We're not going to do. Do we do the Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm just like absolutely curious here.
Okay.
Let's do Rotten
super quick
Tomatoes.
Our review so fast. I'm not going into detail. John, out of 10 advertisements that were just insanely placed throughout this movie, what do you give this?
Oh, I got to go with a 4.
Okay. Now do me.
So Travis, so out of 10 gorgeous birthdays, how would you do this?
So like I said, I might like this a little more than John, but also not by much. I give this movie about a 5.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this is how I know that the certified fresh
is
on Rotten Tomatoes is paid for, because this got an 86%. I think if it's certified fresh, it means that it's paid for.
Lies.
Because otherwise it's just fresh.
Lies, everyone. It's not true.
Lies.
It's certified piece of shit.
The election has been rigged, and we will storm the Capitol. And audience score 61%. That makes sense.
That does make more sense.
Solid D-.
When you have a few compared by the many, whereas people who are paid to review it and people who pay to watch the movie, you're going to get a more honest review by the people who had to sit through it with their own money.
In Montees.
So
Montees.
And that's what I think about this, because sometimes, John, we are very off from the audience when we might be wrong.
But you know what? We're never wrong here on Mean Girls Interrupted. These aren't just our opinions. They're
facts. I knew it.
I'm glad that you and I are Neuralinked on your birthday.
Thank you so much. Me too.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, for all of you out there, this was such a short episode, and I kind of lived for.
Look, we need to start incorporating chaotic minisodes. And
should we just reformat and do everything as a chaotic minisode? Okay.
The chaotic minisodes are going to come at you like hard and fast and totally unexpected. But next week, I'm pretty certain
it's going to
be our 100th episode. So
and
for all of you, we're going to
surprise you. Yeah.
We're going to surprise you about what movie we are going to be watching and talking about, but we'll give you 2 guesses of what this movie is going to be.
But no hints. So you only get 2 guesses. You get no context, though.
You get 0 context, but sound off in the comments below if you're excited and jazzed and sassy.
Yeah, you're definitely sassy if you're in these comments.
Yeah, if you're sassy in these comments and you want to guess what we are going to be watching next week for our 100th episode, take a wild guess.
And then write it on a piece of paper and find what are those pigeons called?
A courier pigeon? A dead pigeon.
Just tape a rock to a dead pigeon and then throw it as far as you can with the note on the back.
And then watch who picks up that pigeon and discovers the note. And then that note is going to have your comment on it, and with instructions for that person who found it to go home, log on to YouTube or Apple or wherever they get their podcasts, and they are going to comment what movie you think we're going to be watching.
I'm actually dying. I can't control it because the visuals in my brain of all of that taking place is just...
I mean, the wilder things have happened.
They have, but that's so funny to me right now. And it is, listen, it's because I don't think it's just
because it's your birthday. Everything's funnier on your birthday.
Right. Unless you find out you're going to die on your birthday. So,
I mean, if I saw a pigeon the other day. And boy, was it hot. I was like, wait, something's wrong with this pigeon.
And I never Hold up. Okay, tell your story because I got to tell you something.
It was a pigeon, and it was like its neck was like bobbing up and down in a weird way. And I stopped the car that I was in, and I just stared at it for a second. It had only one leg, but it was still trying to walk with that leg, but it couldn't reach the ground. And so
And I'm imagining it with one of those boots.
it was like hoplipping, and its head was just going up and down. I was like, "You're in danger, girl."
John, she may not have made it.
I don't think she made it, and it kind of got me thinking about my three-legged coyote I would see all the time.
I'm sure that one did survive, though.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I take it back. It may not have.
I hope it was rescued because it was obviously abandoned by its partner and pack. But what were you going to say?
John, I can't. Nothing compares to your pigeon story.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Talking.
No, I liked it.
Oh, but by the way, I have to show you something.
Oh,
so before if you're on the YouTube Medium, you can also watch along with us.
I'll explain to you what it is because I always fail to do that when I'm doing things on the visual medium. So I'll tell you guys what John's showing me.
Nice. So I was on my way to my car, and I heard this crazy noise, and I was like, wait, that's a bird, but it does not sound like any bird here. And I took a video of it, and it's totally crazy. And okay. I think you would appreciate.
Yes, I would. Push play.
Let's see.
Okay, so right now I'm seeing.
Wait. There's volume and everything. Here we go. Let's do this again.
Hold up. Okay, so right now I am seeing a macaw.
A macaw.
What? How many? There's two in there? You guys, I'm seeing this beautiful tree. John, I think there's two in there. What's that other colorful thing hanging down?
It's a tail.
John, there's two macaws in this tree?
With the crazy tail feathers.
What in the hell? Whoa. Are they talking?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, these macaws are talking.
Look how they're...
I see them. John, they will take your finger off. Look at that.
Giant.
Look at that beak.
Giant.
Okay. You know what?
Crazy. Me and a stranger were very excited.
John, you better believe I appreciated that video. And I hope you guys come to our YouTube channel just for that. Because A, macaws don't belong there. And B, ones that communicate, that have like actual like communication skills don't belong anywhere.
No. But the thing is, like, there was a little perch by the tree. And I'm like, who just left these macaws here?
John, somebody will literally shoot them down to eat them. That's how wild LA is. Somebody be like, I want to know what that tastes like.
I mean, a beautiful tree, beautiful street, beautiful macaws.
Frank's. Yeah, right.
Did you see the tail feathers on that one?
John, could you miss them? I didn't know there were two.
They were like 2 feet long. They were enormous macaws.
John.
Vibrant, beautiful macaws in the middle of West 3rd Street.
John, the next time I'm there, we are taking those feathers.
I mean,
no,
the look that thing gave me, I was like, I don't think so.
We're not taking the life. We're taking the feathers, the bird. Good luck.
There was zero fear in that parrot's eyes.
Of course there wasn't. Did you see the size of his nose?
Yeah, he was like, I would like you to try because I miss the taste of fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
So
crazy. That was my little birthday present to you.
I loved it. Thank you so much. Plus, it was rainbow, and we are gay here, so it was so fitting.
Appropriate. Yeah, those were so gorgeous to see in person. I've never seen a macaw.
They're beautiful.
And like up against like a green tree. I was like, ooh, this is a little treat today.
I hope they survive out there.
Yeah. Well, there was a perch next to it. I think they belong to somebody and they're very like trained and tamed.
But
wild. I was like, I'm on that street a lot and I had never seen it before. I have no idea what's going on there. What the situation is.
Literal clowns moved into that house.
Yeah, I hope so.
That is a circus waiting to happen. You would be surprised how many people will saunter out of that house. It will be a clown car in its own.
It's 100 people. It's packed into the living room.
It's going to be crazy.
They're like, lovely party. Yes. So everybody, that's been Mean Girls Interrupted.
And the movie The Killer.
And The Killer, starring Michael Fassbender, Tilda Swinton for 5 minutes, directed by David Fincher, who has a lot of explaining to do.
Just so much explaining.
Love you so much, David Fincher. You are my icon.
He is an icon.
No, it was seeing the movie Fight Club that made me want to get into movies, because I was like, oh, this is cinema.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there you go.
Get into it. Loves it. Travis loves you. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
And we're gonna have to see you at the movies.
Roll the credits. Honestly, I'm not gonna think of something.
You know, you don't have to. It's your birthday.
No, it's just ugh.
It's late. It's disgusting.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to roll the credits this time. It's just us. No one else is helping. Just us.
Just us.
And that moped that he left right down below the stairs without first locking it up. Okay.
Bye.